Yo, what's up? Round two, baby. Round two. What's going on, guys? Good evening. Let's check out the JASMY chart as we always do about this time. See what's going on. Probably won't be as many people here this time around, but what the hell, guys? What the hell, right? So, as we can see, guys, we've wicked back up. We will probably retest this 30-day SMA again, either sometime tonight or tomorrow. We broke above it earlier today, wicked back below it again. It's acted as resistance, here and here. It's acting now. It acted as resistance twice back here, back here, back here. So it has been a significant level of resistance as of late. So we just got to keep an eye on it, guys, right? We got to break above there, and we got to close above there, preferably on the weekly time frame. What I would like to see, and what I think is coming really, really soon here, guys, is I think we're going to break above it, and we're going to smash above this resistance level as well and continue up. We might retest it first and then go up, but that's kind of how I see it playing out. We will break through. RSI is at 48.65, so it is cooling down. It's still in the neutral, but it is cooling down very, very nicely. Let's go have a look at what Bitcoin's doing right now. I will get to your questions in the comment section or in the chat, guys. So just bear with me. I want to get through some of the news first, and then we'll get into the chat. So be patient. I will get to your questions. I see them popping up. So here we go, guys, over on Bitcoin. Look how close we came. Look how close we came to that 74K level, guys. We got all the way up to about 73.6 on a wick. Very, very nice, guys. We're going to build up a little bit more momentum here before we try again. Very, very nice closes we're getting here, guys. We're getting very nice closes. We closed at 72,700, guys. Just the other day, we yesterday, the day before yesterday, I think it was, we were talking about candle closes at 67K. Now we're having candle closes at 72K, guys. It's getting juicier and juicier. Absolutely love it. And guys, listen, somebody said to me, well, look at the RSI. Look how overbought we are, right? 69.9. Let's round it to 70. So RSI is really high. That means we have to cool down. Guys, I respectfully disagree, and I'm going to show you something that I talked about on the live stream on Sunday with Wes. If we go back to the last bull run back here, look at all the messing around I've been doing here, right? So if we're back here, okay, let me clean some of this up a little bit here. Be patient. I'm going to show you something, okay? Again, I went over this on the live stream on Sunday, the XCN live stream with Wes, but I'm going to show you guys again. So right here, this little circle, this was the 2020 election, November 2020, November 5, right here. This is where the election was. And we look at what we did immediately after the election. And this is on the daily time frame, guys, not the weekly. We just went parabolic immediately after. We went all the way up until April. We went parabolic from November until April. It's about a 5-month stretch of just straight upwards action. And look what we have here at the same time. Look at that. Lower highs on the RSI. But what's interesting, guys, that I want you to note is the RSI, okay? So when we started to blast off here, right, after the election, the RSI was up at 82. 82. The RSI was actually higher on the daily time frame when we started our parabolic run than it is right now, okay? So just because the RSI is at 70 doesn't mean that we cannot blast off just like we did back here with the RSI being at, again, 84.64 before we blast off. Then as we blast it off, look at this. Look at this divergence. Boom, boom, right? Massive, guys. So This is amazing. Like, look at this launch immediately after the election. Let's go to the weekly time frame and have a look. Let's see what it looks like on the weekly. Damn it, man. All right. Look at this. Look at this on the weekly, guys. This was the last election. Look what we did on the weekly. And you have to remember, and this is what I want you to pay attention to as well. Look what we have here. We have probably about a 25% pullback right there. We have another one, probably closer to 30 to 40% pullback right there, but it was on the way up. We still had those, and then we immediately kept going, right? So very, very big, guys. Look at that immediately after the election, like immediately, guys. I don't know how you can't be bullish right now. I don't know, right? So very good things coming, guys. Very positive. When you zoom out, you have a look at the last bull run, you're like, holy freaking crap. So things are looking like they're ready to go. All right, let's go check out the bubbles, see what's going on around the market. KASPA having itself a little pullback, guys. 11 cents for KASPA. Are you kidding me right now? Unbelievable. Unbelievable DC opportunity. Helium Mobile, another opportunity to fill your bags. Yeah, BTC is looking good, guys. Look at October, Bitcoin 9.7% up. You got to love it, guys. You got to love it. Let's see the sea of green over here. Look at Taraxa, 49.4% pump. You love to see it. Trios, 19.4. Looking very, very nice, guys. I love it. I'm excited. All right, we got some videos to get into. Like I said, guys, I will get into the chat a little bit later, but we got to get through some of this stuff. All right. Augustine Karsten's general manager of BIS just admitted that the popularity of Bitcoin and crypto challenged the central bank's monopoly on money.
I think when we started all this debate in serious, like 7-8 years ago, or probably a little bit more, a lot of the discussion was started by the popularity that Bitcoin, crypto, and then stablecoin received. We were challenged. Central banks usually were not challenged with respect of our basic monopoly, which is the provision of money. Now, this is not the first time in history that private sector efforts tried to displace central banks. Eventually, we went through the same story. I think now basically, in terms of money, legal tender has reestablished its role, and that's because it has come to fruition that there are at least three things that are important that central bank money has, and the money also supported by commercial banks. One is singularity, but the other very associated with it is finality of payments, where the finality of payments is guaranteed by the fact that wholesale payments, but also retail payments are settled in central bank money through the banking system. So also for retail, CBDC money is very important. And third, because I think that we should build on the trust that the central banks and money supported by the central banks and the commercial banking system has there today, and it has really taken many centuries, I would even say, to build this trust. We need to build on that, so that should be the core of whatever we think in terms of money and payments. Stable coins will not really work, at least from my point of view, just to start with, because from definition they are not stable. That's why they have to put the emphasis of the accent on stable. They have to work to make it stable, and I think it should not be able to compete against something that is already stable, and that is the one that is backed by the central bank apparatus that has been put there together.
he thinks the TradFi system is stable.
So for me, not only the development of payments, but also for the future of the financial system, we have, and I here fully concur with Andrew, we have to build on the two-tier banking system. I agree with Andrew. CBDC at the wholesale and retail level have a space mostly in the wholesale level. I think it's very important now that we move into digitizing commercial bank money. That can be done through tokenization of deposits. I think that would make commercial bank much more efficient, not only in the payment space, but in many banking spaces.
This is their way of trying to convince people that a CBDC is a good idea.
We already in the BIS, we have a project where Bank of England, we are working with the IIF. It's called Project Agora, which basically we're tokenizing central bank money, tokenizing commercial bank money, and in the immediate application for this would be cross-border payments.
Guys, I can't help but think to myself how funny it is that they have control of fiat money and the banking system, and they have abused it, they have destroyed it, and they have monopolized it so that they make money and we don't as the middle class, right? So we come up with our own system of digital currency. We're going to use this because you guys abuse the fiat system. Now they're trying to convince us that we should abandon the freedom we get from our digital assets and trust them and use their digital asset that they have full control of, that they can just shut off with with a CBDC, like a light switch, right? I don't think so. Like, trust us. I know we abused the fiat money system and the banking system, but trust us, we won't do the same thing with digital currency. Yeah, okay.
But if we get it right from the point of view of the tokenization of commercial bank money and central bank money, we will have, I would say, a huge pillar for the development of the future of the financial system. Because digitization should not stop at the payment level. I mean, a lot of this discussion of digitization and applying technology has been spread by the idea of inclusion, by the idea of very high transaction costs in cross-border payments. But if we see inclusion, where even though the inclusion figures worldwide are very poor in the payments and the banking area, they are even poorer if you go down the complexity of financial transactions. So I think we can enhance the inclusion in financial activity in terms of sophistication, in terms of granting loans, of bringing saving instruments to broader parts of society, bringing asset markets to society, bringing insurance to society, if we manage to make them more efficient. We have been exploring a way of doing this through what we call the Finternet, and the Finternet builds a lot on tokenization. What tokenization is very important because through the tokens, you can build into the representation of an asset, regulation, cybersecurity, and programmability. The settlement can be made very efficient. It can be atomic settlement that can save huge amounts of resources in terms of collateralization. In the short term, it might need a little bit more liquidity, but I think the savings overall can be compensated, you know. And basically the technology is there. There are three areas where we need to work. One is on the technological area, and we have already unleashed a lot of research in that area. Then we need to work on the financial economic architecture on it. And for that, this two-tier banking system is essential. For me, the next step should be to tokenize government securities. For me, the trilogy in any modern financial system is central bank money, commercial bank money, and government securities. We need to really build that trilogy fully, and it's a low-hanging fruit. If we tokenize government security, even the access to government securities to the population will be far bigger. And then on top of that, we can start building on other financial assets and bring together a financial system that fully embraces technology.
You notice how the entire world is now talking about the tokenization of assets? I hope you guys have some projects like Ondo under your belt. Well-rounded portfolio, guys. Let's get into an article we have over here. All right, so Hong Kong and Brazil forge new paths in digital finance cooperation. In a milestone move, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority tied the knot with Brazil's central bank to test cross-border tokenized projects. This uniting of forces heralds important progress in exploring more streamlined settlement solutions for trade and the carbon markets, as worldwide interest in tokenization accelerates at a blistering pace, which we just talked about. The collaboration intends to verify innovative payment infrastructures to enhance the efficiency and transparency of global deals. The alliance involving the HKMA, so the Hong Kong Monetary, whatever, and Brazil's central bank revolves around two flagship undertakings: Hong Kong's Ensemble Venture and Brazil's DREX scheme. These platforms are putting tokenized dealings to the test in international arenas, pushing boundaries on how assets can be digitally enhanced and reconciled. Projects Ensembled launched in 2023. Ensembled is a HKMA-driven sandbox meant to explore distributed ledger technology applications in fixed income, green finance, and trade. This experimental setting allows HKMA to play with digital assets and find ways to streamline cross-border settlements, reduce costs, and minimize transaction delays. The Ensemble Sandbox has already proven quite telling in testing four primary uses: liquidity administration, investment funds, trade, and sustainable finance. By boosting transparency and lowering expenses, Ensemble aligns with Hong Kong's broader digital currency vision while setting the stage for worldwide collaboration. DREX program. Brazil's central bank launched its DREX program with ambitious goals, seeking to create a robust infrastructure for tokenized assets and settlement that could operate in real time across the nation. The focus of DREX platform is integrating tokenized assets into every corner of Brazil's financial sector, attempting to cover uses ranging from e-commerce between small businesses and digitizing ownership of massive real estate portfolios. Already over 70 corporations have become engaged in the pioneering program, underscoring Brazil's determination to update its financial systems by embracing the power of tokenization. Tokenization has grown into a key priority for numerous governments exploring protected and effective approaches to represent real resources digitally across international lines. Tokenized holdings span everything from carbon credits to property, reimagining how entitlements and trade are administered across domestic borders. For Hong Kong and Brazil's central bank, cross-border tokenization offers a special chance to enhance transaction networks and distribution channels on a worldwide scale with efficiency and security. The core of Hong Kong and Brazil's central bank testing concentrates on payments versus payments and delivery versus payment models, which are indispensable in confirming protected concurrent exchanges in commerce, financing, and carbon credits. PVP and DVP have the potential to eliminate risks related to timing issues during settlements and introduce a new standard of protection and performance to transactions between nations. This latest undertaking builds upon the long-standing partnership between Hong Kong and Brazil, originating with the Financial Cooperation Accord of 2018. Both establishments share a commitment to pushing the regulatory and technological boundaries for digital currencies and tokenized assets to their full advantage. Hong Kong's involvement in Project Bridge, led by the Bank for International Settlements, underscores its commitment to advancing cross-border settlement solutions. The project, which includes collaborations with central banks such as the People's Bank of China, has demonstrated distributed ledger technology potential to streamline foreign exchange transactions. Hong Kong and Brazil continue working in tandem towards initiative financial infrastructure, establishing their institutions as pioneers in digital currency networks. While tokenization offers numerous advantages, harmonizing regulations and confirming technical compatibility are paramount to widespread adoption. The partnership of Hong Kong and Brazil provides an organized setting to address these challenges, while both institutions eager to refine the technology and regulatory standards necessary to support tokenized assets globally. Tokenization could vastly improve trade finance and carbon credits by reducing intermediaries and automating settlement processes, increasing market visibility and compliance. Insights from Hong Kong and BCB collaborations are anticipated to clarify how international regulatory frameworks can be applied, simplifying our economy's adoption of tokenized asset models. Kind of sounds a lot like JASMY's carbon credits exchange. With tokenization emerging as a powerful tool in global finance, central banks and financial institutions worldwide are closely observing Hong Kong and Brazil. Their process may indicate a roadmap for other countries seeking to incorporate digital assets into financial infrastructure. For investors and businesses, this alliance signals a growing acceptance of tokenized assets within mainstream finance. As major economies explore tokenization advantages, transformative developments in cross-border asset management, instant payments, and sustainable finance seem inevitable. The cooperative venture between Hong Kong's Monetary Authority and Brazil stands to benefit from not solely Hong Kong and Brazil, but shapes precedents for worldwide collaborations in the digital finance sphere. While exploring ways to unleash the capacity for tokenized assets, this relationship acts as a model for how cross-border teamwork can restructure finance for the better. The alliance involving the Hong Kong and Brazil signifies a pivotal instant in the global journey towards more interconnected and efficient monetary systems. Through projects assembled and DREX program, the two nations examine the advantages of tokenized possessions in practical, real situations. By establishing a foundation of cross-border tokenization, this partnership has the potential to encourage broader adoption and set standards for digital assets administrations globally. As the financial landscape continues to evolve, the collaboration between Hong Kong and Brazil serves as a key milestone in advancing digital finance. With promising outcomes currently visible, the partnership between Hong Kong and Brazil may soon inspire additional countries to investigate the transformative potential of tokenization, which we already know companies like BlackRock are already balls deep in. So this is very, very bullish indeed. Stepping away from tokenization, let's go look at KASPA. My thoughts on KASPA's current price situation. Due to the many KRC20 tokens launched on KASPA, there are an incredible number of mining rewards for miners. Many miners, especially the small ones, have made little profit in recent months. Now they're getting a lot of KASPA, and the goal of the miners is to get a quick ROI first. This creates a lot of pressure to sell. Nothing has changed at KASPA in the last few months. The block DAG is running smoothly. There are more and more new companies and people interested in KASPA, and there are more big updates coming to KASPA in the next few months, like Rust hard fork for 10 blocks per second. That is something we're paying close attention to. In addition, there are 2 rumors of listings on major exchanges like Kraken. It's unclear when this will happen, but I suspect the major exchange changes are waiting for the hard fork, but we will see. It is important not to judge the project on the price alone. For my part, I'm staying strong and not selling. You can do what you think is right, but with this post, I want to make you aware that there are maybe many explanations for the price, yada, yada, yada. I am not bummed out about the price of KASPA at all, guys. I think it's a fantastic price of DCA. It's not underperforming any different than the rest of the market at this time. Continuing on the KASPA train, guys, let's go have a look over at this article we have. Can KASPA still reach $10 this bull run? In a YouTube video titled, Can KASPA Still Reach $10 This Bull Run? Lee the Captain, a crypto analyst, expresses his strong belief in the potential of KASPA, despite recent price pullbacks that have caused concerns among investors. He emphasizes a long-term perspective, maintaining a hypothetical price prediction of $10 for KASPA during the current bull run, whilst clearly stating that this is not financial advice. The analyst highlights the remarkable qualities of the KASPA project, noting its solid community and fundamental strengths, especially as block DAG technology. He acknowledges that KASPA is still relatively unproven, lacking the extensive ecosystem seen in platforms like Ethereum, Solana, and Avalanche. However, he believes the project has significant room for growth and is far from being finished in its development. I would agree with that up to this point, guys. Lee reflects on his own investment journey, revealing that he began accumulating KASPA over a year ago. And he distinguishes it from smaller microcap projects and carries higher risk due to their lack of community and track record. He prefers the balance of KASPA offers, a project that is not overly large but still has potential for substantial growth without excessive risk. The analyst argues that KASPA is not comparable to more established cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, which he considers dinosaurs in the space. He's optimistic about KASPA's potential to achieve impressive returns, noting that even reaching $10 would represent an approximately 8x from its current price. My target for KASPA, guys, I will tell you as soon as I'm done here. Lee emphasizes the impressive speed of the KASPA blockchain, claiming it around 600 times faster than Bitcoin. He highlights the potential of the KRC20 standard to support various projects, including meme coins and AI applications, which could significantly enhance KASPA's utility and adoption. Addressing the blockchain trilemma, he explains that KASPA effectively balances decentralization, scalability, and security, positioning it well against competitors. He appreciates the project's simplicity, contrasting it with other complex projects that may be difficult for investors to understand. In this closing remarks, Lee the Captain reiterates his confidence in KASPA's future, asserting that the $10 target is achievable. He believes that the project is well established and that better days are ahead, underscoring the importance of patience in the investment landscape. Me, guys, my target for KASPA, $3 to $5 tops this bull run. However, if you're over on the Patreon, you're well aware that I tend to exit the market earlier than most people. I make my profits while there's still liquidity in the market to be had, and then I let everyone else argue over when the top is, And then I let everyone else fight over the chairs when the music stops, while I sit there with my feet up and my money in my pocket. That's how I roll. Again, guys, I will get to the chat as soon as I'm finished with the news. I'm not ignoring you. I will get to your questions, comments, and concerns. So bear with me. All right, what else do we got? Cointelegraph says BlackRock has bought another $1 billion worth of Bitcoin just last week. I told you guys they are scooping it up en masse, okay? En masse, and it's running out, guys. It's running out. Check out the XCN chart. Yeah, it kind of threw a curveball at you there. Hey, guys, we're not expecting a little bit of a Onyx coin chart to have a look at, eh? This breakout's going to be legendary, guys. Legendary when this finally breaks out of here. We're running out of room. We're running out of room here. We got about, I don't know, what do we got? We got about the 11th. No, sorry, the 30, the first, before the end of this month, guys, the first half of this month, we're going to see Onyx coin, in my opinion, break to the upside, unless something bearish happens that causes a break here to the downside, which I doubt. It would take something pretty bearish for that to happen. Probably ping pong here, and then boom, to the upside we go. Looking forward to that. Absolutely. All right, what else do we got? Boom, top monetary assets worldwide. Bitcoin ranks 6th among the world's largest monetary assets. You love to see it, guys. Look at this juicy, juicy, juicy Bitcoin. All right. Now, I'm going to play another video for you guys. Coach JV talking about the financial system. Check it out.
And the feds are about to take us into deep, deep waters, a place Americans financially have never been before. So there's 3 things I want you to know. Number 1 is what's left of the purchasing power of the dollar. Number 2, where the consumer credit index is at. And number 3, interest rates and money supply. All of these things you need to understand at a deep level, because it is going to affect your purchasing power and your ability to take care of your family. Now, there's a silver lining to this, because if you understand this game, you will understand why Bitcoin has now become the shining star for the largest asset managers in the world, because of the 3 things I'm going to tell you. So on the Federal Reserve website, there's a consumer price index, consumer purchasing power chart. Since 1913, the dollar has collapsed almost 97%. You now have, based on their chart on their website, 3% of the purchasing power left. And I know you're feeling it in your pocketbook. Number 2, the consumer credit index is at an all-time high. Credit cards are at an all-time high in America. So we have 3% purchasing power left of the dollar. People's credit cards are at an all-time high. Do you see where we're going with this? And number 3, they turn the printing machine back on, and they're about to lower interest rates in less than 2 weeks. So what does all this mean? You have 3% purchasing power. They turn the printing machine back on in a non-asset backed currency. What do you think that's going to do to your 3% purchasing power? Is it going to go up? Or is it going to go down? Your purchasing power will always go down once they print more fiat money. We are in a debt-based society. So now you understand, whatever you want to say, understand why the asset managers are running to Bitcoin. Why BlackRock took a stark turn and said now it's a flight to quality and a flight to safety. Why Ray Dalio says cash is trash. Why Robert Kiyosaki's been shouting from the mountaintops, literally shouting from the mountaintops around Bitcoin and gold. So here's where the good news comes in. If you understand the game, you will not get played. So what I have done, this is coming from my own paradigm and my own research. I do my investments based on these facts, not some YouTuber, not some influencer. I do it based on facts, figures, numbers, logic. I use cryptocurrencies still extremely speculative asset, knowing that there's waves of energy and we're about to go into a big move up in the cycle. But knowing the types of gains we're going to get in a short amount of time, it's completely unrealistic. It's not normal. So what I do is I pull profits as everybody's rushing in to get rich quick, which is going to start in about probably 17 days. So when everybody comes rushing in, Bitcoin's going to go up first. I'm not touching my Bitcoin. If you go to my YouTube channel, I share the whole strategy on that. I'm going to keep stacking Bitcoin.
Me
dollar
too.
cost averaging every single day and buy the dip until I die or until it runs out. But all my other tokens, I'm exiting 50%. So I'm pulling from high risk, high return. I'm pulling it down the risk pyramid, and I'm putting it in tier 1 capital. I'm doing what the asset managers are doing. I'm getting into a deflationary asset like Bitcoin and crypto. I'm pulling when I profit from a deflationary asset, and I'm moving it down the risk pyramid into cash value life insurance policies, because insurance companies have made it through recessions, depressions, world wars. And if insurance companies fail, we're fucked. There's zombies coming. So I did this strategy from 20 to 2022. It worked really well. And in the bear market, I just continued to work hard, stayed disciplined. I filled my bags in the crypto. And now we're going to go through that parabolic move again. I'm going to pull profits, pull it down the risk pyramid, and I'm going to go max fund my policies, cash value life insurance policies. I'm going to buy more precious metals. I'm going to work to get more real estate. And I'm going to continue to innovate my businesses into the future. And when I make cash flow from my businesses, I'm going to repeat the process the next cycle. As you can see, I'm diversified in risk off, risk on.
That's exactly what I say over on the Patreon, guys. We rinse and repeat. Too many people look at this as a get rich quick thing. It's not. This is a way of life. This is rinse and repeat. Okay, this is invest in your first cycle. Roll your profits into the bear market and other assets, not liabilities, assets that will appreciate, right? And you just keep doing it. You just keep going, guys, right? It's not a do it once or twice and you're out of here. This is a way of life. That's why when people get impatient, it's like, stop getting impatient and understand that you're changing the way that you should be thinking for the rest of your life, not temporarily.
Assets, deflationary assets, some things that are inflationary. But one thing I'm not doing is I'm not holding a bunch of cash in my bank account. That don't make no sense. If you understand how banks work and all the numbers I just told you, banks make money in 3 ways: fee income, interest income, and capital markets income. Well, the way it's looking, the capital markets aren't going to be too favorable from 2025 to 2026. If we go into hyperinflation, people ain't going to be able to pay their debt, and banks are already over leveraged and in a liquidity crisis. So that's my game plan. I'm sticking to it, but you need to know the numbers. You need to know the macroeconomics before you ever make a financial move. This is the stuff you should be understanding, not jumping into a meme coin trying to get rich quick, because that ain't going to do shit for your future or your family, and those cause addictive behaviors. Hope this helps. Warriors! Rah!
100%, guys, 100%. That's what I've been saying over on the Patreon. That's why you got to get over there, guys. That's why you got to get over there. What's Trump talking about?
On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman. On day
Could you imagine having a room of that big full of people cheering at the concept of you getting fired? Oh, man. Imagine going home and looking your wife in the face after that. Harsh. Harsh. All right. What else do we have for you? Jack Muller talking Bitcoin.
A way to think about inflation is that they're expanding the monetary supply faster than humans are producing value and innovating. Like another way I like to think about Bitcoin is I'm long humanity by owning Bitcoin, because with my money supply fixed, I get the benefits of human innovation and human productivity. Like when humans innovate and produce more that makes food cheaper and education more accessible and travel easier, like I'm a net beneficiary of that. Whereas if I'm holding a currency like the dollar that's being produced so rapidly that they're producing more dollars than we are producing innovation as humans. And to your point, that's an insane concept to wrap your head around, given we're living in this world of AI and tech boom, and we've got now cars driving themselves with Elon Musk. It really puts into perspective how much money they're actually printing and how much debasement that our currencies are actually going through for the goods and services that you need in your life to still be working the wrong way. You know, you're running on a treadmill. You could be innovating and producing as a human as hard as you want, but if you're not getting a 20% raise year over year, and the housing market that you actually desire to live in for a life that you deem worthwhile is going up 21% year over year, then the currency is just outpacing your productivity. And so I don't think people appreciate that. And that's really just as simple as it is, like plain speak, that's just math. And then conversely, that means owning Bitcoin is being long humanity and subscribing to innovation and subscribing to us as a species being able to be more productive year over year, generation over generation, century over century. So I think that's lost on people. And you know what? Like the fiat mindset, and you know, I've thought a lot about this, and I've had really difficult conversations with people I've grown up with and that I love deeply. The mental model that I like to use is fiat. It clouds the world. It makes it very foggy and difficult to understand. Meaning, I've used this analogy before. I think what death is to life, Bitcoin is to money. In that, you know, if I was never going to die, I'd eat donuts every day. I'd eat the steak tomorrow. I wouldn't get married for 1 million years. I wouldn't go to the gym for 10 million years. It's actually the finite promise that my life is fixed is what allows me to value it in the first place. Today I'd have no ability to value today if tomorrow was always promised. And so it's the finite promise of death which gives value to my life. Bitcoin gives that finite promise to our time and our effort and our labor. It's impossible for someone on a fiat standard to value the paycheck they're getting right now. If there's theoretically infinite amounts of dollars, it'd be the equivalent of being able to live forever. And so I think that with fiat, it's very cloudy, whereas with Bitcoin, it's a mirror. And a mirror meaning it's strict objective truths. Is when I look in the mirror, I see exactly me for who I am, how much value I'm actually producing for the world, how much value the paycheck I'm actually getting today. And I'm able to make decisions based on my health, my time preference, my investment, my savings, my real-time expenses versus the income I'm generating. And with fiat, I like to think of it as it's cloudy. You can't see the world for what it is. It's impossible to measure the paycheck you're getting today. It's impossible to know how much an education at USC is worth. Is it actually worth $250,000? How would you ever know? And so I think that's another reason people struggle with Bitcoin is objective truths are difficult. The man that relies on a lie has a tough time looking in the mirror, right? And so I think that's another reason that, you know, the people that have a difficult time adopting Bitcoin, I think have a difficult time with truth and objectivity. And I think that humanity goes through, there's a cyclical nature in humanity where we build tools and sometimes those tools abstract us away from truth. At the end of the day, we are part of nature. We've been governed by Mother Nature and the immutable laws that Mother Nature instills. And sometimes we build tools and technologies that are intended to advance our species, but abstract us so far away from the truth. A really simple way to understand that is people are eating Beyond Beef veggie meat instead of a ribeye. And it's like you've abstracted yourself so far away from what's actually objectively true and real that you're eating junk that's giving you cancer as opposed to just eating the beef. And it's the same thing with fiat and money. And I think Bitcoin is bringing us back to the truth. And it's a system that's governed and ruled by the immutable laws of Mother Nature through proof of work. And because money is our time and energy in an abstracted form, and it is really more of a representation of ourselves than any other market good, then it becomes like a movement, like a driving force that leads into your health and leads into your time preference and leads into all of these other decisions. And yeah, how are you supposed to drive a car if you can't see through the windshield, if it's clouded and muggy? And then when you do get that mirror and you are able to see objective truth, it's probably initially very difficult. So you're like, wow, that's what I look like. That's what I'm actually worth. That's what I paid for education.
Throwing out the bomb analogies, guys. I dig it. I dig it. Let's get into some JASMY stuff, shall we? All right. So saying 1K says, been here all along, and the explosions with JASMY are nothing less than dramatic. One landmark announcement, JASMY classified implementation amongst Junction, Super Wallet, removal from Binance's innovation zone, Bitcoin running up, and Japan's regulatory compliance is all going to accumulate or equal to a massive breakout for JASMY. All right, Pomp, let's see what Pomp's talking about here. This is top 3 most bullish clips on Bitcoin I've seen in 11 years.
I have one last question for you before I let you go. How rich are you? And how much of your net worth is in Bitcoin? Because if I don't ask you, everyone will be really mad at me.
If you took my stake in my public companies, which is public, and you did the public math, you'd see a couple of $1 billion.
Okay.
Okay. And then at least a couple of $1 billion. And then you'd have, what's Cantor worth? Yeah, I'm not saying. Okay. But things are good for me. How about that? Is that a nice way to say it? Since Cantor owns the stakes in the other companies, it's good for me. So, and I have
like the percentage. You don't have to say exact number, but like, how do you think about either you or Cantor?
I don't have a big enough percentage. I probably have, I can't say because then people can figure out that no, how much I have. I would say I have hundreds of millions of dollars.
Okay.
Okay. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars exposure to Bitcoin. And it will be billions.
I was going to say, so next year when you come back and we'll do this again and you'll be a Bitcoin billionaire and,
yeah, but you remember that model I told you. So if every time Bitcoin dips, I'm going to be the buyer. Right?
Trust me, I know why you're doing the lending. Listen, you don't have to explain that one around here.
So I got the 50% Bitcoin, I got the Bitcoin lending, but basically what you're going to see is Cantor Fitzgerald is going to be the sponsor of Bitcoin into traditional finance.
Mm-hmm.
And so we will be the leader of it. And I'll pull out this podcast in years to come and say, see, I told you, because no one's going to remember.
Of course.
Right. But all the banks, after we do it and show people how to do it right, they'll all copy.
Mm-hmm.
And so the asset of Bitcoin will just, as it becomes more accepted, it will become more valuable. And the whole Bitcoin nation should just call it a commodity, never a currency.
Mm-hmm.
Just call it a commodity. Because if it's a currency, you're attacking the politicians of the country,
mm-hmm.
right? You're trying to replace my currency with yours.
Mm-hmm.
But if you say, hey, I'm just oil, I'm just gold,
mm-hmm.
I'm just a commodity, leave me be, right? Then they'll leave you be. And that is true. And it will be why Bitcoin, which is rare and is special, will become ever more rare, as we both know,
mm-hmm.
ever more valuable over time. It'll be financed just like gold is, right? Gold is, it's not like super financeable, but it's financeable. Oil,
mm-hmm.
it's not super financeable,
mm-hmm.
but it's financeable, right? Bitcoin will be financeable. Bitcoin will be way, way, way higher, sometimes lower. You just have to have faith.
Ladies and gentlemen, Howard Lutnick.
So I got to ask the question, guys. It's rhetorical. This guy has hundreds of millions of dollars invested into Bitcoin and confident that it will be billions of dollars, right? Why are you still asking yourself if you should buy it? Not financial advice, just a rhetorical question for you guys, right? Interesting stuff. Things that make you go, And this just in, $1 billion was just minted of USDT Tether, bullish AF. What the hell, man? And get into some more JASMY news. So JASMY coin, is JASMY Super Wallet ready? Is it about to be announced? What do we have here? From Ondo, Sun Team, JASMY. JASMY, finally, withdrawals have been implemented at BitPoint. What is this change at this timing? Could this be close to the wallet launch? Very bullish. It's in Japanese, guys, but very, very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. Are we about to see the JASMY Super Wallet launched? Methinks probably. And the all-time high for Bitcoin, $73,835.57. That's where we need to smash above and close above, guys. So come on, let's freaking do it already, right? Let's go. Benjamin Cowan, you can see the DXY has stalled slightly here, as I mentioned last week, which has been a tailwind for risk assets. I would generally expect the DXY to continue stalling for a while longer, perhaps until after the election. Note that in Q4 of 2016, the DXY went up, BTC went up, but altcoins lagged behind. Yes, because altcoins pump after Bitcoin does its thing. And for you Swift lovers out there like myself, Swift 2x incoming at 206. It's impossible for it to go lower or stay here forever, especially with BTC near all-time highs and Doge pumping to the moon. Just be patient, friends. The Swift pump will come soon. I agree. I absolutely agree. Moving on, what is BlackRock doing? 8,805 Bitcoin purchased. Larry Fink keeps pumping his Bitcoin bags. Again, the rhetorical question I have to continue to ask. If they're buying so much of it, guys, why are you still questioning whether you should? And this is the type of people you got to be aware of and afraid of in the parabolic part of the bull run, is people like this, Carl the Moon and BitBoy. They talk like this. I think Bitcoin could hit $700,000 next year. Call me crazy. I don't care. This is Moonboy garbage, guys. Bitcoin is not going to $700,000 next year. It probably will top out somewhere, in my opinion, between 150 and 200K, something along those lines. This guy's out of his mind, and this is the kind of stuff that I warn about on the Patreon. We talk about it, staying away from these posts because it causes euphoria. It causes you to make stupid decisions and not taking profits because you think it's going higher, right? While they're selling, right? So you got to be afraid of those kind of people, man. They do not have your best interests at heart. Michael Vandepop, the kickoff today on the markets isn't entirely a shock. Bitcoin has a tremendous amount of inflows in the ETFs. Job openings, first data point, were the worst since April of 2021. That last one is a market mover for yields. If unemployment and labor markets become weaker, yields start to fall. DeFi picks up, ETH picks up, altcoins start to flourish, and it's a big .com type of bull cycle that we are all looking for. Technically, that's what we're already seeing today, and that's why the reversal is happening. It's all depending on the macroeconomic data that shows that we're at the stage of becoming a mature asset class for crypto. Massive, relatively unlimited upside is going to be here, and most people can't even fathom how much that is. Big things popping, little things stopping. You guys know what it is. And finally, China is working on a $1.6 trillion debt stimulus to boost their economy. Money printer is turning on, you guys. You cannot be bullish enough on this. Shoot. All right, let's go back to the JASMY chart. Let's get into the chat, see what everybody's up to. Guys, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. Jovan, what's up, man? Another stream? Hells yeah, brother. GT, what's up, man? Round 2, baby. Dumb Money's in the house. Unseen Ninja, is wrapped KASPA the same as KASPA? No. Yes, no. No, yes. No, it's I mean, it's just KASPA wrapped, usually in Ethereum or whatever the case might be. What is the better buy, JASMY or Dogecoin? That's a tough call because I know I'm confident that Dogecoin is going to go to $1. So it depends. Are we talking about utility or are we talking about return on investment? Because Dogecoin will do very well, in my opinion. Like I said, it probably will push to $1, but JASMY has a better potential ROI if you're looking at their market caps and potential growth. Plus, the utility falls in JASMY's court as well. So I would probably lean towards JASMY. I came late to Bitcoin. Hey, you're not late, man. Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to be over $1 million one day, right? Maybe 2 or 3 cycles from now, but it is coming. So you are definitely not late. Dumb Money Rob, do you think JASMY will hit 4 cents during the last quarter? Oh, yeah. 4 cents? Yeah, of course. Volkswagen, Volkswagen? Volk Story King, what's up, man? Story King, what's up, man? I'm an idiot for not buying Bitcoin when it was $1. Hey, we all are idiots for not doing that, brother. You're not alone in that, man. AKP, good morning from Scandinavia. Nice. Scandinavia in the house. Bruno, crypto is now getting the attention it deserves. Absolutely, man. And Nell, what's up, man? Good evening, Rob. What do you think about Spell Token? I think Spell Token has a great community, but as always, whenever I was asked about it before, guys, I do have my reservations about Spell Token because their ecosystem is dependent on an algorithmic stablecoin, and we do know that there is a bill in Congress right now, the Gillibrand and Lummis bill, to ban algorithmic stablecoins in the United States. And if that bill passes, it will not be good for projects like Spell that rely on their algorithmic stablecoin. They would have to get rid of it. So, Danny, what's up, buddy? Good morning, man. Liquidity, what's up, peeps? Good evening. Good things ahead, Rob. Need that BTC dominance to drop for us to get a hint of that altcoin season. Yeah, it'll come. It'll come, man. AKP, Rob, can you say something about Helium Mobile? Should we be worried or just DC? All I can really tell you is that I hold Helium Mobile, and I have not seen anything that makes me worried about it at all. So I would say no, I'm not worried about it. David, time is money, brother. We're about to cross the 2 cent barrier, just 98 more to go. Yes, exactly. We're at 1 cent 903 right now. We got to break through that 30-day SMA, man. Bruno, Rob, when do you see Bitcoin's dominance drop, and what percentage does it need to go down for altcoins to rally? I don't know, 40%, something like that, maybe. I don't know if it'll fall much further than 40, 30%, maybe. Time is money. Can you feel the energy? We're so close to our 4 cent level. People are going to FOMO into JASMY. We are early, 100%. Crypto Jazz, what's up, buddy? Love the dog, man. Love the dog. I'm a dog guy, okay? Matt, hey all. Hello, Rob. Just got back from work and finally able to make a live. Ha! I dig it, brother. I dig it. Okay, man, you got me into XEN. Do I dare get into JASMY too? I mean, those are some good projects to hold in your portfolio, brother. I hold them both. So, Matt, hell, I remember when I was offered free BTC at one point to complete online surveys. I was like, when will I ever use this garbage? Whoops. You and me both, brother. Stargazer in the house. What's up, man? Do you believe Velo will reach 80 cents this bull run? Velo. Well, let's have a look at Velo. Velo. Let me just have a little looky-loo here. 1 cent 3. was the last all-time high? Was $2.29. I did. The only thing is I don't know what their dilution rate was in this bear market. Couldn't have been that bad. They're not even 50% in circulation, depending on what their token unlock is, if they have one. I mean, it's possible. I would be betting somewhere towards 50 to 60 cents, though, is where I would probably start looking for an exit if it was me. But I could see 80 cents happening, yeah. They just did a massive partnership with someone big. Who was it again? I can't remember. Last month. Was it BlackRock or something like that? I don't quite remember, but they made a big move last month. I can't remember off the top of my head. So much crypto information gets flowing through my head, and you end up forgetting some things. So I do know that they did make a big move. I'm pretty sure it involved BlackRock last month, though. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's the news. That's the chat. We've gone through it all. I'm gonna go watch some the new Venom movies on my Android box. Matt says, "Are you still bullish on Search?" Yeah, I haven't read any news that has made me not bullish on it. Serenity Shield, baby. Yeah, 13 cents. Market cap. This one's still such an opportunity, right? Only a $2 million market cap, man. Simply throwing in like $200 or something like that. Again, not financial advice, but simply throwing in something like that could get you a nice little return on a project like this. This is a layer 1, right? Oh, D-pin. There we go. Yeah, I thought it was a layer 1 or a layer 2. Might be just as another tag. But yes, I am still very bullish on Serenity Shield, brother. All right, guys, I'm going to go watch a movie. I will see you guys tomorrow for the morning live stream. Get your butts over to the Patreon, guys. Book your one-on-one coaching calls with me or join our group video calls. We'd love to see you over there. We talk about everything in terms of crypto. We do charting. We do portfolio structure. We talk taxes and tax implications, cold storage, self-custody, DeFi staking, compounding gains, profit taking, and everything in between. So get over to the Patreon. Links down below or in the pinned comments. I will see you guys tomorrow.